writes on my most fabulous poster. Then she has the audacity to print out the worst picture of me she could find. I always knew she was a dirty witch.
After years of tension, fans finally got the moment they've been waiting for. Mariah Huq, the original creator of Married to Medicine, finally stood face to face with Quad Webb to speak her truth. And when she did, it wasn't just a casual chat. It was a full-blown confrontation that had everyone talking. The energy was intense, the emotions were high, and let's just say the drama didn't disappoint. To really understand why this moment was so powerful, we have to go back to the beginning.
Everything against me.
Tell her.
Did you lie? I don't, but this is what I'm not going to take on. I don't.
You got receipts on my husband.
I do.
That's a lie.
It's not a lie. It's not a lie.
Just because your husband cheated, don't mean mine did. You ain't got no fucking receipts on my husband. You're a liar.
Believe it or not, Mariah and Quad weren't always at odds. In fact, they used to be close, almost like sisters. When Married to Medicine first hit our screens, they were thick as thieves. Mariah was the one who actually came up with the idea for the show. She created it, pitched it, and handpicked the original cast, including Quad. At the time, their friendship was something fans loved. They laughed together, cried together, and had each other's backs. But like many relationships in the spotlight, cracks slowly started to form. It didn't happen overnight, but over time, things between Mariah and Quad began to change. And what once looked like a tight bond started to fall apart. The trouble really began when Quad started gaining popularity. Viewers connected with her bold personality and quick wit, and she quickly became one of the standout figures on the show. As her star rose, rumors began to swirl. Some people believed Quad was trying to make moves behind the scenes, possibly trying to push Mariah out and position herself as the show's main attraction. That's when the power dynamics began to shift. What could have been a strong alliance between two smart, driven women turned into a quiet rivalry. And when Mariah was eventually removed from the cast, many fans started asking serious questions. Did Quad have something to do with it? Was this part of a bigger plan to take control?
To me. Understand it. I won't, and I don't. You know what you can do with your apology? You can kiss it. And anybody else that go along with you on your fake, phony-ass spiritual journey can kiss it too.
Quad always denied having any involvement in Mariah's exit. But no matter how many times she said it wasn't her doing, some viewers remained skeptical. The timing, the tension, the behind-the-scenes whispers it was all too much to ignore. And for Mariah, this wasn't just about losing a spot on a reality show. It felt personal. It was about betrayal. She had brought Quad into the spotlight, helped her become a household name, and then felt pushed aside in return. So when Mariah finally got the chance to speak her mind and confront Quad, it wasn't just about clearing the air. It was about reclaiming her voice. And she didn't come empty-handed. She came prepared with facts, details, and years of frustration ready to spill over. Mariah didn't hold back. She reminded everyone in the room and those watching at home that Married to Medicine wouldn't exist without her. She was the one who pitched the show. She was the one who brought Quad in. So seeing Quad act like the queen of the castle, that didn't sit well with her. She called out the way Quad tried to control the narrative and present herself as the show's main star. To Mariah, it was about setting the record straight. She wasn't going to let history be rewritten to erase her impact. And just when you thought the moment couldn't get any more dramatic, Sweet Tea entered the chat. Sweet Tea is one of the newer cast members on the show. She's still finding her place, but she's already made a splash. So when Quad made a shady comment suggesting that Sweet Tea wouldn't even be on the show if it weren't for her, fans immediately noticed. The tone, the timing, the way it was delivered, it felt calculated. Whether Quad meant it as a joke or not, the message was clear. She was trying to remind everyone that she had power. She wanted it known that she played a major role in who gets to shine on the show. That's when Mariah stepped in again. She wasn't just defending herself anymore, she was standing up for Sweet Tea too. Because if anyone knows what it feels like to have your role questioned or your contributions minimized, it's Mariah. She made it crystal clear that Quad wasn't the one who built the foundation of Married to Medicine. She was. And watching Quad try to control who gets a seat at the table brought back all those old wounds. Mariah didn't just shut down Quad's comment, she gave fans a powerful reminder of how the industry works. She called out the way some reality stars gain a little fame and then suddenly act like they've been running the show the whole time.
Pissed off, and I was like, you know what? Like, why would you want to be there, you know? And then looking at it, like, you've been shading me since the first episode. Like, I didn't know, like, you know, it's just a lot of things were going on behind my back that I did not know about, and I was just kind of hurt and shocked by it. And I just wanted to let her know, like, I'm not a pushover, and you ain't gonna get away with it.
To her credit, Sweet Tea didn't just sit there and take the hit. She stood up for herself in a calm but confident way. She made it known that she wasn't on the show because of Quad, she was there because of her own story and her connection to the cast, particularly through GAE, not Quad. She let it be known that she's earned her spot fair and square. And whether people love her or not, she's not going anywhere. That statement hit hard, and it won her a lot of support online. What's more, fans began to question Quad's motives. Was she really just making a passing remark? Or was she trying to put Sweet Tea in her place before she got too comfortable on the show? After all, this isn't the first time Quad has had a falling out with another woman on the cast. Some viewers started to wonder, is Sweet Tea next on her list of rivals? As you can imagine, social media lit up after the episode aired. Fans had a lot to say, and they weren't holding back. Some praised Mariah for finally saying what many have been thinking for years. They felt like she stood up, not just for herself, but for the truth. One fan tweeted, "Mariah created the show." The fact that Quad keeps acting like she made it all happen is wild.
Mariah breaks a flute on the side of a chair and cuffs it in her hand. This is not the Shawshank Redemption. She gonna shank Heavenly Jesus.
Others applauded her for being brave enough to speak out after all this time. Mariah didn't start this, but she finished it. That's how you clap back with class, another fan wrote. But not everyone was on Mariah's side. Some viewers felt like she was just stirring the pot because she's no longer on the show. "Let it go already," one person tweeted. "Quad has been carrying the show for seasons now. Mariah's just bitter." Another added, "This wasn't about Mariah. It was about Quad throwing shade at Sweet Tea. Mariah just made it about herself." And that's the thing, this drama has layers. Some fans believe Mariah was right to speak up. Others think she should have stayed out of it. But either way, people are talking. A lot. With all this tension, many are now wondering, is the feud about to reach a whole new level? Mariah finally got her moment to speak, but Quad isn't known for staying silent. If history has taught us anything, it's that Quad always finds a way to turn things around, or at least try. Will she respond publicly? Will she try to shift the blame? Or will she go after Sweet Tea now that their relationship is clearly strained? And what about Sweet Tea? She's caught in the middle of a long-standing war that she didn't start. But now that she's in it, she might have to choose a side or risk being targeted. No matter what happens next, one thing is certain. Married to Medicine just got a whole lot messier. The drama, the history, the power struggles, it's all bubbling to the surface. And fans are here for every second of it. What started as a tense moment between two former friends has now become one of the biggest shakeups the show has seen in a long time. Mariah finally confronted Quad. Sweet Tea stood her ground. And fans are left wondering what will happen next. Was Mariah right to speak up? Did Quad go too far with her comment? Is Sweet Tea about to become Quad's next target? Drop your thoughts in the comments. No matter whose side you're on, One thing is for sure, this feud is far from over. And if you've been watching from the beginning, you know things can get a lot worse before they get better. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more updates.